Hello? Hello, I am Nibiful. Welcome back to my channel. Me and the Pumpkin Pillow are back. I'm going to be watching part 2 of the case of Chris Watts, the polygraph. Ooh, intrigue. I am by no means, obviously, a professional of any capacity. From what I know of polygraphs, they are not entirely accurate, not really submissible as evidence in court these days, from what I understand, but they are a very good leveraging technique in interrogation. So I'm very interested to see how this turns out. Ooh, I can't wait until he gets his. Screw you, Chris Watts. Hold on to your butts, guys, while we watch part 2. Chris Watts, the polygraph. Da da da. Right, get in comfy. Let's go. Here we are. Screw you, Chris Watts. Boo!
I'm gonna find him, right? I need your help. When we find the guy who took him, what do you think we should do?
Oh, it's an interesting
This is what is known
question.
as a behavior-provoking question. An innocent person will usually give what is known as a draconian response. They will immediately respond with the harshest sentence possible for the crime they are falsely being accused of committing. A deceptive individual will often give an equivocating response. This means that they will fragmentize and divert from the question to a certain degree, as a means to avoid responding to the query in its entirety.
They're gonna come home safe, correct? When you find the guy.
Yeah.
When we find the guy, they're gonna come home.
Come on. Alright, gotta deal with this dog. Every time. Right, back we are. Not safe. Not safe.
Life in prison would be that's what I would think with 2 kids that are involved.
Yeah, for sure. If you watched part 1, you would have seen in the interrogation when he first started accusing him of, like, being the prime suspect, essentially. There was a lot of, like, yeah, just approval seeking in his statements and not a lot of owning what he was saying, essentially. It was all just kind of like him gauging the guy's, well, the officer's reaction to it. So, once again, you suck, Chris Watts. Boo!
What if he hurt them? Did they pass? I'm not sure if, like, that penalty is even used. Is it used in Colorado? I'm not even sure what is the death penalty. Okay. I mean, like.
Yeah, that's an odd reaction. If it was your family that you were truly concerned about, somebody you loved, there would be like a visceral, like, I'm not one for the death penalty, so I don't think I would ever say fucking kill him. But I mean, I've never been in that situation. I couldn't tell. Feeling how angry I've gotten just watching this, when I have no relation to these people whatsoever, who knows? Yeah, I definitely would have immediately said at least life in prison. No hesitation whatsoever. Not like, oh, derp, 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 Chris Watts, I suck.
If these kids are not alive, like, there's nothing you could do to. There's
definitely a lot of detachment from him in his emotions, and yeah, he's detaching himself in a lot of these statements, I'd say.
To cope with that, to make me cope with that, if those kids are not okay.
Okay. Can we keep talking about some complicated things? Sure. Some things that are going to make you uncomfortable?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. You've done very good in talking to me about this really hard conversation you guys had. Okay? Very good.
I like his interrogation
I understand why
techniques.
sometimes someone in your position says,
he's very good at, like,
doesn't want to tell me about that.
Yeah, he's very good at the positive reinforcement while also keeping on the back foot and subtly accusing him, as it says, passive accusations. Good technique.
Please go help me find my kids, and you don't need to know about my marriage argument, okay? So I gotta say, you've done very good at that, and I need you to keep doing that. So I need to ask you about...
I need you to keep hanging yourself with your own words, Chris Watts, because you suck, boo.
Your marriage and infidelity.
Sure.
Okay, tell me about it.
I have never
So
cheated on my
admit
wife.
it.
Okay.
And I fully suspect she's never done that to me.
Oh, okay.
He'd never... Did you just say he'd never cheated on his wife?
Infidelity.
Sure.
Okay, tell me about it.
I have never cheated on my wife.
Oh, you suck, Chris Watts. Boo! He was cheating on her for like a fair amount of time, from what I remember. You suck.
Okay.
And I fully suspect she's never done that to me.
Oh
okay.
no, I know.
The interrogator
So it's...
And infidelity.
Sure.
I know.
Okay, tell me about it.
I have never cheated on my wife.
Okay.
And I fully suspect she's never done that.
Surely this guy in this day and age must know enough about criminal proceedings to realize the police would be able to subpoena his phone records and, you know, potentially like social media accounts and stuff like that. I know that's a little bit more complicated because you got the actual social media companies involved and their, you know, privacy policies and everything like that. But he's got to have been texting this girl and calling her, and it's just like, why even lying? They're gonna find out. Don't be stupid.
That to me.
Oh, okay.
The interrogator was already aware that Chris was cheating on his wife with a woman by the name of Nicole Kessinger. He had handed over his phone earlier on this interview, which he thought was for the purpose of going through his and his wife's mutual contacts to look for potential suspects. Judging by...
Of course they're gonna be looking through your text messages. They're gonna look through everything. You gave them your phone for evidentiary purposes. You dum-dum.
Chris's
Stupid.
bold-faced
Boo.
denial. It's
Suck.
safe to assume he deleted all of his correspondence with Nicole beforehand. Yet he was most likely unaware that the FBI have programs that can recover every single piece of digital exchange sent from a device, even long after it's deleted.
I was gonna say, like, I feel like everybody has some sort of like awareness of programs, like computer programs that law enforcement has that at this stage, aren't they? Is it just like nerds like me who have no life? Probably just nerds like me.
I'm a trained investigator over here, right? I see pictures of you from a few years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and I see you standing before me now. Okay, you've gotten pretty fit.
Yes.
Okay. You can imagine when guys start cheating or want to cheat, that's what happens.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
But I did not cheat on my wife.
Okay.
Stupid. You're stupid. You're so stupid, boo. You suck.
What do I do to help you walk out of this room and not look like the person who's responsible?
You have to trust me. I had nothing to do with this act of like evil cruelty, whatever has happened here. Because my love for these two girls and my wife, like, I don't want anything to happen to them. I've never wanted anything to happen to them. No matter if me and my wife separate or not, or divorce or anything, I never wish harm on anybody, on a human being in general.
Yeah, I mean, for all he knows, he's initially saying, oh, she obviously took off with the kids after the fight we had. So why is it now automatically they've been harmed? Yeah, I mean, I guess he's obviously kind of accusing him of doing something to them. But, I don't know. Screw you, Chris. You suck, boo.
Like, just seeing that picture, like, I need them, I want them just to run through that front door and just grab me, or just barrel, just tackle me, knock me to the floor, bust my head, I don't care. The amount of love I have for my family is exponential,
and it's just weird how he keeps on going back to this. I just want them to run through that door. It sounds like some sort of like cheesy phrase you'd hear in, you know, when people do interviews and stuff like that. I don't know. It just sounds made up. It sounds pretend. Like, he's just, you just suck, Chris. You suck at everything. Boo. L, Chris.
It's never gonna die. And I want them back.
Okay.
I have to have them back.
Should have thought about that before you murdered them and put them in an oil tanker and buried your wife. Weirdo. You suck, boo. Oh, start a confrontation. It's gonna get juicy!
When you walk out of this room, there's nothing I can say to a room full of police officers that's going to convince them that you have nothing to do with this. You know what they think.
I know it, all that, yeah.
Here's a guy who didn't call 911, who woke his wife up at a ridiculous hour.
Yeah.
Because he was so guilty about something that he had to get it off his chest and say, I don't love you anymore, I'm leaving you. That didn't go well.
Oh, kitty. No. Sound of kitty purring in my ears. Just the calming sounds I need at the moment.
Okay, so what happened?
She told me she wanted me to wake her up before I left. That's why I didn't just wake her up, like, just to tell her this. Like, I woke her up. That's what she wanted to do, and we talked. Like, usually at 4 a.m. I wake up, I go down and work out. This day, I wanted to talk to her about this.
You couldn't have waited until after work to talk to your pregnant frickin' wife. Oh, I mean, even if you're doing that, you're not doing what Chris did. You're still obviously a coward. Because you want to have that conversation and then you want to get the F out of there. You want to go to work, don't you? You want to run away. You want to dump your shit on somebody else's porch and then leave that flaming bag of poo and run off into the night. So either way, those are the actions of a coward. You're a coward, Chris. Screw you. Boo. You suck. Get him. Make him squirm. Oh.
I love these girls. I love these girls so much. And this picture right here, Celeste and Bella, those are my life. I helped make those kids. There's nothing.
I helped make those kids? That's weird. Even the way, yeah, everything is just so detached and, what's the word? I don't want to say unpersonal, but that's not even a word. Is it impersonal? Everything is just like, yeah, he's just distancing himself from everything. You know, it's, I helped make those kids. It's not these kids are my life. These are my kids. I raised them. They're my heart and soul and my everything. You know, it's just no personalized statements, no owning anything. Just boo.
In my life, that means more to me than these kids.
He's
nothing.
Barely ever saying their name either.
That's your life. That's your lifeline. That's everything. Like, you make kids, they come first before anything. Kids, spouse, family. That's what it's always been.
Nothing you've told me tonight makes sense. Nothing
True.
you've told me tonight feels like the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Can we start over?
Sure.
Tonight's been...
That was very good. Oh. But even notice through all of this, there's no tears, there's no crying, there's no frustration, there's no anxiety. It's like barely an emotion there. Other than, I don't even know. It's just so sleazy and stupid and gross, boo.
It's been pretty intense, I can imagine. How are you feeling?
I slept like 2 hours last night, so I'm like running on empty.
If you're getting 2 hours of sleep and your kids and wife are missing, I think that's quite a lot of sleep in a situation like that. Thank you very much. If it was me, I don't think I'd sleep a bloody wink. 2 hours. It's practically a coma in a situation like that, don't you think?
Right now, but
I know, I can see it. So why don't I do this? I'm sure you don't mind if we take a break for the night. And I'm sure that you are feeling some of the pressure from me. Okay? I'm going to commit to
Hopefully.
you that we're not going to stop working until we find them.
okay.
Okay? And I want to commit to you that there is going to come a time when you're going to feel this pressure from other people. I'm not the only one who thinks that there's a possibility you have something to do with this.
Like another FBI agent, like pressure, or like just like
Everyone.
So I tell me.
okay.
The
Lie down,
interrogator
baby.
is clearly receptive to Chris's anxiety and endeavors to amplify this emotion before ending the interview. He wants to inflate Chris's apprehension as much as possible for the looming polygraph test that approaches the following day.
Tonight when you go
The
home,
polygraph.
one of two things is going to happen. You're going to pass out because you're so tired, okay? And that's probably not going to be what happens. Your head's going to go race, okay? So tonight when you lay down and your head starts racing, there's going to be things that come to your mind, okay? This always happens, always. It's very natural. You're going to say, I wonder why he asked me that, okay? You're going to say, screw him, how dare he accuse me, okay? You're going to say, I wonder if they thought of this, okay? And then you're going to say, I probably should have told him something, or this, or that, okay? Those are the most common things. When those thoughts come to your head,
For a guilty suspect. Subtext. We love
those
it.
are beautiful kids. Those kids have a good dad.
Do they?
You know it.
Let's just get a picture of someone for him.
Yeah.
Not so sure about that. Sorry.
I'm sorry too.
Those kids have a good dad.
The following discourse from the
Screw their
officer
dad.
could be
Dad's a
construed as
douche.
the reframing technique, where an interrogator will try and shift the suspect's view of themselves from negative to positive, as a means to lightening the iniquity of their crimes and increasing the chances of a confession. However, this is more likely what is known as passive accusation, where the interrogator is almost certain of the suspect's guilt and indirectly accuses and in some manner indignifies the suspect. This is made evident by the high praises the officer gives to Chris for extremely trivial deeds.
A lot of dads don't get second pairs of clothes and cook eggs and give them snacks at night. You know, a lot of men, that's woman's work, right?
I like to get
But
involved.
you're not that kind of guy, okay? So can we say that tomorrow at...
Sorry, men. If the bar for you is cooking eggs for your kids, giving them snacks, that's too low. By the way, get involved in your children's lives. Male, female, however you identify. Get involved in your kids' lives. All right. That is my PSA. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
11 o'clock?
Okay.
We can do a polygraph?
Here.
Here. I appreciate you coming in tonight.
Mm-hmm.
All right, give me a few minutes. This is Tammy. Did you meet Tammy yesterday?
No,
okay.
the only one.
This is Tammy.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Sit on this?
Yep, I know. I'll explain with that here in a little bit, but you don't have to worry. It's not on or anything right now. It's not gonna buzz you or anything.
Psychologist.
Right, sorry about that. Just had to sort out the dog. Let's get watching the polygraph.
You're probably nervous about taking today's test. Honestly, I would think something is wrong with you if you weren't nervous about coming in here to take a polygraph.
Oh, there's
Even if
something
people
wrong
like
with them,
have
all
anything to
right,
hide,
lady.
It is nerve-wracking. But I have taken tons of polygraphs, obviously, in my training. I went to 10 weeks for training. I've been a polygrapher for about 5 years. I went to the best school in the country. So I want you to have confidence in the fact that you had nothing to do with this disappearance. Like, we're going to find that out today, okay? I have the best training that they offer in the United States.
What's that sound? Am I hallucinating? It might just be on the video. But yeah, I like how, yeah, definitely like the wording. Oh, it's the dog. Sammy, it's all right. Hello. It's okay. I'll be up there in a bit. Just lie down, baby. Shh. Sleep time now. Good boy. I do like how she's outlining all of this. I'm very, very highly experienced and trained. Don't be worrying. Rest assured, I'll catch you if you're lying. If you had nothing to do with this, Mr. Watts. Boo, you suck, by the way.
Validated testing. That's the way I'm going to ask you the question. So believe me, if you had nothing to do with this, I will be able to show them that today.
This is psychological pressure disguised as reassurance. It's not a routine procedure during the pre-test phase of a polygraph exam, yet this technique will be used when the suspect's guilt is almost conclusive. Polygraphs are not a foolproof system, and they can be but with a heightened state of anxiety, it becomes considerably more challenging and unlikely. On this occasion, the polygrapher distinctly applies this technique for maximal effect.
There's actually only two ways you can fail a polygraph, okay? The first way would be if you fail to follow my instructions. I'm going to give you a lot of instructions today about how to sit still, how to answer questions, things like that. So if you fail...
I think if I ever had to take a polygraph test, I mean, this is one of the reasons why I know polygraphs for sure are not accurate, because I would fail no matter what. Innocent, guilty, never been anywhere near the situation, I would still fail because I am so anxious about everything. I swear to God, nearly passed out when I went to apply for a mortgage at a bank, because I was just like, oh my God, I'm gonna find out I'm not a real adult, oh God. But yeah, so they can't possibly be accurate, because the amount of stress I would feel being in that situation, even if I had nothing to do with any of it, if I was the most innocent person ever, completely removed situation, I would still fail. So I can't believe that these are accurate whatsoever. Well, not whatsoever, but you know, definitively.
Those instructions, you will not pass today's test, okay? The second way would be if you choose to lie to me today. You know, if you did have something to do with their disappearance, it would be really stupid for you to come in and take a polygraph today, right? Like, it would be really dumb. Like, you should not be.
Oh, look at his stupid little face. Oh, yeah, exactly. Be so stupid, right? Oh, so stupid, because I suck. I'm Chris Watts and I suck. Boo.
Here right now, sitting in this chair, if you had anything to do with Shanann and the little girl's disappearance, okay?
Oh, God, those poor kids, man.
But yeah, like, everything flourished from there. Like in 2011, I proposed to her over in Ocean Isle Beach. And and she was just sitting there crying with a little picture notice, and she recorded it. It was an amazing day just to see that. And then she left. I was there, like, she had a midwife for this one. So, like, they actually had me, like, you can stand here.
Yes, what you doing? Lie down.
Here, and, like, you know, catch her, and, like, but Celeste came out, like, so fast that,
what is
like,
this story?
I barely had a chance to go like this, and they moved me out of the way because she just, like, came out.
Is he even hooked up to the polygraph at the moment? Like, why is he talking about, you're gross. Go away, boo, you suck.
The polygrapher will also obtain the examinee's version of the facts regarding the specific issues under investigation.
Like, I was just hoping that I would get that knock on the door, or a phone call, or a text. I mean, her phone, they have her phone. Like, hopefully, maybe it's a number I don't know. Hopefully, it's like, you know, like a burner phone, or some kind of like.
Pardon? Why would you even throw in details like that? I mean, I know we all say some weird shit when we're under stress, but yeah, that's just bizarre shit to throw in there, isn't it? You know, just, you suck, Chris Watts, boo.
Phone she bought, she could just text me and call me like, hey, I'm okay. Something. Or just get a knock on the door. And
why would she buy a burner? Oh, well, I suppose he's still going with the story of she took off with kids, but I don't know, man. You're weird.
the kids just running. I miss, like, the kids, like, sitting at the dinner table and, like, having to tell them to eat their dinner. And, like, I miss them throwing the chicken nuggets at me. Like,
Chicken
I just want to
nuggets.
find them. I want them to come home safe. Like, wherever they are, I hope they are safe. And I really hope they can just come home.
Boo, you suck. You still got no emotion while he's saying all of this to her. Don't like him.
It makes me feel like, all right, maybe
As if that wasn't evident. But I really don't like this man.
somebody has her that's not keeping her safe. Or something terrible has happened. And that's the nightmare.
And what was that terrible thing to you?
So, sir, you are the nightmare. You are the terrible thing that happened to those poor little children and your wife and your unborn frickin' baby. You piece of crap.
Somebody hurt them.
Chris recounts a brief summary of the events and states multiple vague possibilities for his family's disappearance. The polygrapher then starts to elect specific timelines for Chris to give his account on.
You said the next thing you know is her getting into bed with you. Is that right?
I felt her get in bed. We didn't say anything because I just kind of felt it.
Okay. Do you know if she was on her phone or like how any of that works?
I don't think she was on her phone.
Was she mad at all?
I mean, crying like she was, crying like I was. I mean, yeah, I mean, she was upset, but I mean, it comes with that kind of conversation.
In the next moments, you will see another subterfuge of psychological pressure, this time disguised as routine questioning procedure.
I know it's totally awful to think about, but what are ways, because I need to make sure that you know what I'm talking about, what are ways that you can make someone disappear?
I mean, like, if you're talking about like what I've seen like on the movies, or like how people, if you read about other people, I mean, you hire somebody.
Like a hitman?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just being honest.
No, but that's what I want. That's what I want, because I want you to go through all of these scenarios in your head, because I want you to know for sure what I'm talking about when I say this.
She's
asking you
sneaky.
specifically caused her disappearance.
Okay, like you'd hire somebody, or you have somebody you know that would do it. I mean, it's like it's hard. It's a hard question.
I know that.
That's a hard question to answer.
Right.
Because it had nothing to do with this disappearance.
Right.
But like, I don't even want to think about like if you're asking like how I would do it. Like
anyone. Like
anyone
how would anyone cause someone else's disappearance?
I mean, you would. I said like.
You could cause someone's disappearance by murdering them. Would
Yes.
you agree with that?
Yes.
So what different physical ways could you cause someone's disappearance through murder? You could stab someone,
Stab
right?
someone, shoot someone, hit them with a blunt object.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. What is the purpose of that? Is it maybe just so, if they do eventually find the bodies, they can use this as evidence of him being defensive or evasive? Interesting.
So there, I mean,
Oh God, it's awful.
use a weapon like gun or a knife. I mean,
Okay.
you could.
You could smother someone.
Smother someone,
You could strangle someone.
hang someone. I mean, yeah, you can, all that kind of things. I mean, it's hard to.
So have they found the bodies already then? And they haven't told him? Oh, that's tricky. That's sneaky.
Even think about that kind of stuff right now.
Mm-hmm. So you could strangle someone, you could drown someone,
Yeah.
you could shock someone to death, you could burn someone alive.
Yeah, she's obviously trying to get his reaction to
ways?
this sorts of talk, isn't she?
As far as like lure him into a trap, I guess.
What do you mean? What?
Like, like have somebody waiting like around the corner and like, hey,
Sure.
they're in a coma.
Sure.
What you doing, dog?
So if I ask you
I
that
don't.
question on the test, Chris, are you gonna have any issue with that? About you
Like-
physically
like
causing
Going through
someone's
every single one of
disappearance?
those.
Yeah, like that would be a way you could cause someone's disappearance.
Okay.
So he's not even actually even hooked up to the polygraph yet.
You could murder them, you could kidnap them, you could take them to another country.
This is just the
you could,
preamble.
You know, bury them in your
Oof.
backyard. You could do a million things
Yeah.
as far as trying to
Sammy.
conceal them,
Yeah.
right? So that no one can find them.
Yes.
Because at this point, she's gone. So when I ask you the question on the test, I'm not asking you about guilt. I'm not asking you about, did you make her feel so horrible that she ended up leaving? I'm saying that you were the one that physically caused her to disappear.
Okay.
Either by murder, kidnapping, you know, all of those other things that we went through, okay?
You don't want me to list? You want me to list all those? Like
No.
Okay.
You're just going to say no to that question.
Okay.
Right. When I ask you if you physically caused Shanann's disappearance, your answer should be what?
No.
Right. So do you have any issues with that at all, and
No.
have any question about what I would mean when I was?
No,
would be
that's
asking
total.
that
Like
question?
I just like going through all those. That that's
Right.
a lot to really think about.
Right. But
Like
that's,
trying to figure out like, that was.
Boo, you
I'm
suck.
going to have you take a bathroom break. We've been in here quite a while. You're going to be taking what's called a directed lie polygraph. So what that means is there are going to be questions on the test where I want you to lie. I know it seems kind of weird, but you're going to know which questions these are, and they're going to be easy to answer. They're all going to start with before 2018.
The directed lie test has 3 types of questions. Known truth questions. These are easy questions to answer, such as, are you sitting down? Or, are you wearing shoes? They serve 2 purposes. The first purpose is to provide a baseline reading for when the subject is telling the truth, and should elicit very little bodily responses. The second purpose is to disconnect the examinee's thought patterns between each question as a means for resetting their cerebration for a more accurate reading. Control questions. These are what the polygrapher just explained to
Pause for a
Chris.
second.
Whenever she
I get, watery. Sorry. Just bear with me. Hop back. I've got super dry eyes, so whenever I'm like a bit tired, like I am today, and I'm trying to watch something for a extended period of time, they just start like streaming. So I apologize. My makeup is just melting off in the corner of my eyes, but we gotta get through this. We're nearly done. We're so close. I just want to watch the moment where the shoe drops and he realizes that he is fucked. Because screw you, Chris Watts. Boo!
He says, before 2018, at the start of a question, Chris will know he is purposely supposed to lie. Each of these questions are deliberately constructed that all answers will be responded with no. Relevant questions. These relate specifically to the crime being investigated, and the examinee will know that they are supposed to respond truthfully. A guilty subject will show a much stronger reaction to the relevant questions than to the control questions, even though they will be lying on both of them. This is due to the immediate threat posed by the relevant questions.
So I'm going to say before 2018, did you ever lose your temper with someone you cared about? And you're going to say,
No.
because you're telling a
Lie.
awesome.
Ooh.
The test is about to
missed
begin. Please remain still.
Posed by the relevant questions.
There's a mock test. Chris would be like 3.
The test is about to begin. Please remain still. Did you write the number 1?
Oh, look at how tense he is. Yes. Sweat. You suck.
No.
Did you write the number 3?
No.
No.
Did you write the number 5?
No.
No.
This portion of the test is complete. Please remain still. I take the instrument out of
I don't usually mock people or make fun of them, but screw you, Chris Watts, you suck, boo. No.
It feels.
This is the last time the polygrapher will have any correspondence with Chris before the real test begins. She gives him an initial compliment in a reassuring tone.
You did great.
That was.
You remembered to lie and everything. That was awesome.
That was.
This momentary boost in his confidence is then abruptly ripped away as he receives the following information.
So, you obviously are a really bad liar. Have people told you that before? Like, you tell a lie, like, it's kind of like on your face, but...
You suck, Chris
Because
Watts,
the second you lied to
boo.
the number 3, like, I don't know if you heard me clicking, but I had, like, turned down the sensitivity because you were starting to go off the page. So, that is what I need to see as the polygrapher, because that tells me that you know it's wrong to tell a lie.
Look at his face. And this is when he realized he fucked up.
Significant reaction
And
when
beyond.
you lie, so that is awesome. So thank you for being a horrible
Okay,
liar. No,
I
that's a
love
good
her.
thing. That's a good thing. We
I
don't want
love
to be
her.
good liars. So thank you for being a horrible liar. And that just shows me that, you know, obviously on the test when they're asking, you know, significant stuff about your wife, if you're lying to that, it's going to be even 10 times more amplified. So I appreciate that.
She's
I
good.
appreciate that very much, more than you know. So.
Oh man.
That was awesome.
He's
And
just
the coolest
pooping
thing
his
about this
pants
is
right
right
now, isn't he?
now, there's only one person in this room that knows what the truth is.
This brings me
In
joy.
about 5 minutes, there's gonna be 2 of us, so that's the coolest part, okay? And then I can go share that with them out there, okay?
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Let's do it.
The test is about to begin, please remain still. Do you understand I will only ask you the questions we have discussed?
Yes.
Regarding Shanann's disappearance, do you intend to answer all of the questions truthfully?
Yes.
Is your first name Christopher?
Yes.
Before 2018, did you ever lose your temper with someone you cared about?
No.
Did you physically cause Shanann's disappearance?
No.
Were you born in 1985?
Yes.
He's
Before
like 2 years older
2018,
than
did you
me?
ever say anything out of anger to a loved one?
Interesting.
Are you lying about the last time you saw Shanann?
No.
Are you now in the state of Colorado?
Yes.
Before 2018, have you ever wanted to hurt someone to get even with them?
No.
Do you know where Shanann is now?
No.
Hmm.
This portion of the test is complete.
Good now
Please
she's
make sure I
doing
take
pauses
punishment out of operation.
afterwards, some of them.
All right, how'd you feel? Same as all of it?
I think it was the same to everything.
For ya. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, that's just sick. Screw you. You don't deserve to look at them, you douchebag. He obviously knows they're watching him, though. Piece of shit.
Oh my gosh, I did forget part of it, didn't I?
Hey, what's up, buddy? What's up, buddy
I got
guy?
Graham in here because we want to talk to you about the results, okay?
Okay.
So, it is completely clear that you were not honest during the testing, and I think you already know that. You did not pass the polygraph test.
Okay.
Okay, so now we need to talk about what actually happened. I feel
We
like
need to
you're
talk about
totally ready to do that.
what a piece of crap you are, Chris Watts, because you suck and boo!
I didn't lie to you on that polygraph, I promise.
Chris,
I know.
stop.
Just,
I'm
just,
Stop
Just-
and take a deep breath.
no.
I want you to take a deep breath right now.
Oh, they're good. End of part 2. Ah! That was so satisfying. Oh, God, I hate that guy. Well, there we have it, folks. That was part 2 of the case of Chris Watts on JCS Criminal Psychology. I hope you enjoyed it. I didn't realize. I thought there was only 2 parts, but there's like at least 7 that I'm seeing here. So that's good. We'll continue on that tangent, shall we? Yeah, I feel a lot happier after watching that one than the first part. The first part literally made my blood boil. Like I could feel, you know, when you're just so angry, you can feel your hands going a bit numb. Yeah, I really just like that guy. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I would like you, if possible, to comment, like, subscribe, and share, and do all those nice things. I will see you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.